Y'all look so handsome.
Quick and Hatcher, say hello to Starsky and Hutch. Welcome to the three best looking guys on TV, and you have to count me out of that mix. Welcome to Gupper and the gang, along with Hatcher and Quick. It was a shocking revelation when Trinity football, two of their biggest stars, both decided to stay in state. And Darryl Bird, it was an opportunity for Kentucky and Louisville to gang up and protect the border.
Yeah, how wouldn't it have been? I know that I usually make fun of Louisville, and
Yeah.
it's such an easy thing to do every week, but I'm going to be nice this week. How about Louisville keeping James Quick away from Ohio State at Louisville in the state of Kentucky, where he belongs, where all the best players belong, to stay home?
And Howie Lindsay, you were at that press conference with Hatcher and Quick.
Yeah, I was, and they did look handsome in their red and blue, just like we are red and blue. And I got to give credit to Kentucky; they recruited a really good class. And I tell you what, Jason Hatcher is a star, and it's great that he's going to Kentucky instead of USC.
Red and Blue Review coming to you this week from Tim French Superstores. 3 different locations. We got a couple here in Ratcliffe, one in E-Town. The one in E-Town is actually under construction, but the demand is so high, they're selling cars right now while they're still building their building. If you want to see their inventory, it's real easy to do. Every vehicle they've got, you can go to their website, 351auto.com, and you can browse sitting right there in your home. But we want you to come see us here at Tim French Superstores. All right, let's get into it. It's time for the lightning round. The lightning round on Red and Blue Review is brought to you by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to click it or ticket. The big man on campus for the University of Kentucky will be on campus here in about maybe less than 6 weeks, or 6 months, as Jason Hatcher turns down Southern Cal and decides to become a Wildcat.
Important in a lot of ways. Tremendous person, great family. Louisville, Mama was Louisville, so. That was hard to get around that for a while, but Jason, just a tremendous player, great person, and gives us great credibility in moving forward. What makes him so dynamic is how explosive he is. He's very good on his feet. He's very good at off the edge. He can do a lot of things, but it's his first step. He's very dynamic, with his quickness and his speed and athletic ability.
And he is so good, even the camera guy had trouble keeping up with him, made the film grainy. That's how fast he moves. You can see in the highlight. If you talk to Mark Stoops, you talk to any coach in the Southeastern Conference, you better have a good defensive line in this league. And that's exactly where they went after that very, very hard. And Jason Hatcher, oh, what a huge piece to that puzzle going forward to have flashes of Corey Peters again, a really good kid out of Louisville who's now with the NFL Falcons. He could be that good.
How significant is it that not only do they get him from Louisville, they get him from Louisville Trinity?
Yeah, first one from Trinity, maybe forever.
Yeah.
That is huge, and just to get back into Louisville. They used to own Louisville, and then that kind of slipped away as the losses start mounting.
Yeah.
And now you're back in the city of Louisville where you need to be. You can't win with all Kentucky players. You have to go out of state. You want the best, and the best are going to be in Louisville 9 times out of 10. So you've got to figure out a way to get a foothold back in that city.
Big man on campus for the University of Louisville this week is basketball player Wayne Blackshear. 19 points against Rutgers, and maybe Wayne has had his breakout game.
And Wayne's done a great job, and like I said the other day, I thought with that position, that small forward position between him and Luke, we're probably getting probably 12 to 14 points a game, 5 or 6 rebounds. I think both of those guys who both came off double shoulder surgeries are doing a great job for us, and it's good to see him come back and not miss a beat off of that.
As good as I think Russ Smith is at scoring, I think Wayne Blackshear is even better. I think he can be even better because he's more accurate. He can shoot outside. He can take his man. He's 6'5", 6'6". I think Wayne Blackshear is the key to Louisville winning a title. I think they can go to the Final Four without Wayne Blackshear. But if they're going to win a title, I think they have to have him.
In that Rutgers game, he looked so squared up when he shot. It felt like everything he was going to release was going in, especially those jumpers.
Yeah, I've seen him score 30, 35, 40 points in a game and look like nobody could stop him.
Yeah.
I hope to see that again. Some point.
What got busted for the University of Kentucky are all those naysayers who say you can't recruit at Kentucky. Cat fans, you now have one of the top 30 nationally ranked recruiting classes in all of America.
Sure. I think it matters a little bit. I think, if anything, it says to the 2014 class, these guys are serious. They know what they're doing, and they're going to make a great commitment to recruiting, and gives you some credibility, I'd say. with you all, you know, and with the people and with the buzz out there. I'd say, you know, it's an honest answer. I mean, yeah, I mean, you let's not kid ourselves. You want to be higher than not being higher, right?
If you could see me now, you would see I'm doing a standing ovation for a coach who said, yes, recruiting rankings matter. You better believe they matter, because most coaches knock it down. We have highlights here of some of the better players that UK managed to get. Hatcher out of USC, Marcus McWilson, who was headed to Nebraska, now coming to Kentucky. Guys like that. And it does matter. Kentucky was ranked in the 60s when Mark Stoops took the job 66 days before signing day.
You're talking the 1960s?
Yeah, it felt like it. It absolutely
that
felt
long.
like it. But to go from in the 60s to finish in the top 30 national ranking is unbelievable. And the biggest question is, you had no business doing this. How did you do this? And he said they just worked it. They worked it really hard, got in there. They had relationships with some of these kids from, you know, they came from Texas Tech, coaches did, came from Florida State, they came from Tennessee. They had relationships with some of these guys and parlayed that into bringing all these guys together at Kentucky.
I heard a story, and I don't know if this is true, but I'll tell it anyway. That I heard.
Don't let the facts get in the way.
Yeah, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. That what Kentucky did is the entire coaching staff went to Trinity High School, dressed in blue from head to toe, and walked in and announced, "Big Blue's in the house." And they came not only recruiting Hatcher, but they were courting him as well.
Oh, absolutely, they did. And Coach Stoops talked about how Timmons was the first place they went in Frankfurt. On the way to Trinity to make sure. So, yeah, it was a full court press and a smart move. These guys know what they're doing. It's such a refreshing change from the recruiting that's previously. These guys have a plan. They know how to work it. And I mean, they're coming from Florida State and Texas Tech. They know what they're doing.
Hey, Daryl was talking about those college coaches that don't really say much about the national rankings, kind of poo-poo them. That would be Charlie Strong.
Yes.
It's always fair to wait to evaluate a recruiting class. That's why I don't like to always, you know, you take a recruit and say, hey, this guy's going to come in and he's going right away, he's going to help our program. I've been a part of programs where you see, seen 5 stars, and then a lot of times those 5 stars don't work out. Then you take a guy who has no stars, he can end up being that 5-star for you. But you got let him become a part of your program first, and then that way you can know just how good he is. And you know what happens too, when they come into your program, you already have some really good players yourself. So now can they come in and just right away, can they be a great addition for you?
Yeah, even when Charlie Strong had top 30 recruiting classes, and actually Kentucky's class reminds me a lot of Louisville's first class when he got here. Even when they had those top 30 classes, if you ask Charlie Strong about it, it was like he was wearing a super itchy sweater. He was like, you can tell he's like rolling his neck around, like, I just don't like talking about these kind of things. And I think part of the reason is he was at Florida. He's got all these 5-star kids. He would have to spend weeks breaking down that whole 5-star rep before he could really start working with him. That hasn't been the case at Louisville, but you can tell there's still a lingering distaste for all the recruiting rankings. When you ask him, well, this kid was a 4-star, he immediately talks about that, you know, rankings don't matter. So, you know, Louisville's class is not nearly as highly ranked as Kentucky's. They didn't have nearly as many players as Kentucky. I think it was more a need-filling class, but either way, if they had a top 30 recruiting class or top 50, Charlie Strong's not going to like the rankings.
Yeah, let me sharpen that edge just a little bit. So I understand what you're saying. The quality of player in both classes, Kentucky and Louisville, is about the same. Louisville just didn't sign as many players. Is that the deal?
Similar. I think the quality of player at Kentucky was a little over 3, like 3.1 stars or whatever. Louisville's like 2.95 or something like that. So very similar when it comes to that. Kentucky signed a lot more players. And had higher rated players when they signed. So Kentucky had a better recruiting class. Louisville's was much smaller and just kind of filled needs.
Now, to me, that's testament of how good Kentucky did, because they had to go out and sign 25, so the potential was there to drag that number down, because you start taking 2 stars just to fill the quota, and they didn't. They kept jacking up that ranking and ended up with a higher ranking per player than Louisville, which probably doesn't help Charlie's cause about hating rankings.
Coming off a 2-10 season with a coach that has never been a head coach, to accomplish this, Daryl, is really one of the most amazing feats I've ever seen in recruiting, football or basketball.
It is remarkable. And what he did, he took, you know, head coaches have some connection with players out there, but it's the assistants who really work it for a couple of years. Well, he was an assistant. Everybody he brought in was an assistant. So all these guys he brought in on his staff had relationships with kids out there in the world, and that's how they've got the kid from Nebraska to change his mind. That's how they've got some of the kids in Florida to almost half the class is coming out of the state of Florida. And that's where a lot of Mark Stoops and himself and his assistants were in Florida. They've been working these guys. The key, you better have success, because eventually 3 years down the road, that connection is going to start to wear. You're not going to be in there every day with those guys. being in Tallahassee as being in Lexington.
Sure, makes a big difference.
Yep.
The Red and Blue Reviews coming to you from Tim French Superstores. 3 different locations. The one over in Fort Knox really is geared toward the military. The pricing, the financing, the inventory, all geared toward those who serve our country. It's really Tim's way to serve those who serve the USA. All their inventory here at Tim French Superstores can be viewed on their website. Go to 351auto.com. What's nuts for the University of Kentucky, all the naysaying, all the hand-wringing, all the stuff that's going on with this Kentucky basketball this season, they're only 1 game out of first place in the SEC, and Willie Cauley-Stein says part of the reason they've managed to make this climb is they're loving the grind.
For the most part, I don't think anybody on the team even knew we was a game out of first. We've just been kind of grinding, you know, sticking to the grind and trying to get ourselves to love the grind. You know, Coach Cal always says we got to love the grind. And I think, you know, we're trying to get ourselves where, you know, we're starting to love the grind and not even worry about, you know, the rankings and everything like that, and just going out there and playing to the best of our ability.
Now, let's be fair, when you're not ranked, you might as well not worry about the rankings.
Absolutely.
Go to love the grind. This team reminds me so much of 2011. I was in College Station, Texas, watching the A&M game, and I'm like, this is so painful to watch. It's like, how in the world are they going to score offense? How are they going to generate points? And they manufacture points when the game is on the line and pulled it out at Texas A&M in overtime. And that's exactly what the 2011 team did. No real pure shooters to really light it up night after night after night. You've got to grind it. You've got to battle, start to finish, manufacture your points, play good defense, and get out of Dodge. And if they could duplicate what they did in 2011, get hot and get to the Final Four, that would be incredible.
And Illinois just proved just how volatile college basketball is. A last-second shot, and they knocked off #1 Indiana.
Man, another #1 goes down. I think what'll be six straight weeks. #1 has gone down, and somebody else the new #1.
It's going to be a real fun tournament. I'm telling you, there's a whole lot of teams that'll be able to win it this year.
It's the 75th anniversary of the NCAA tournament, so they're having all these first-round sites are at places of key memories. Well, Rupp Arena, 1985, Villanova, #8 seed, won it all. We might see something like that again.
Could do it again. What's nuts for the University of Louisville is Kevin Keatts and his initial assessment of Russ-diculous.
You know, Russ really respects Coach, and you know, Russ has got one of the best situations in college basketball because Coach lets him take shots that he may not let other guys take. And you know, when he's not playing defense, you know, Coach is all on him, so he makes sure he take him out the game. So it's kind of one of those love-hate relationships. But at the end of the day, you know, Russ respects what Coach can, you know, help him become. When I first came here, I thought Russ Smith was one of the worst players I've ever seen. And I would say probably a month into the season, I thought he was one of the best players I've ever seen.
What's funny about this to me is that Kevin Keatts wasn't the only guy who thought this. Kareem Richardson came in, you know, joined Louisville staff. After the first couple workouts, Kareem went to Kevin Keatts and said, "This kid's terrible. Why in the world is he on this team? Like, what is he doing here? Is he, you know, I know Rick Pitino knows his dad or whatever. What is he doing here?" And then he gets him in a game, and you're like, wow. So there's a little bit of Allen Iverson in Russ Smith. Actually, a lot of it. You know, the whole practice. We're talking about Russ doesn't do practice. You put him in a game, he's good. Practice, not so much.
Cal, C-A-L, is a 3-letter word, and there's another 3-letter word that Cal wants his team to experience as they're heading toward what they hope will be another NCAA tournament berth. As we head to the break, Daryl's going to tell us about the Cat's Paws.
I do appreciate it very much. Cat's Paw subscribers, you know what's coming your way very soon. National Signing Day, wall-to-wall coverage. We have stories. We got a chance to talk for the first time to every single assistant coach. So we break down position by position and Mark Stoops' analysis of how the class went. We've got it covered wall-to-wall, plus a little thing called basketball season's underway as well. You can give us a call, 800-641-3302.
How do you say it?
Bearnose.
Bearnose?
Bearnose.
Bearnose? No matter how you say it, Bearnose has been serving up Louisville-style pizza since 1977 from 13 area locations.
Bearnose. Bearnose.
Did you know that 2/3 of all truck-related crashes are actually caused by cars? Large trucks carry heavy loads and need more room to stop than cars. Merging without leaving enough space between you and a truck could cost you a ticket, or something much worse, your life. Law enforcement will be out on the road writing tickets to make sure both truck and car drivers stay safe. Before merging, be sure you can see both of the truck's headlights in your rearview mirror to ensure proper braking room. This message brought to you by the KSP Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah! That just happened! Yes, it did. Yes, 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 yes! Yes! We did it! Yes, we did it! Oh, we did it! Yeah, see you, bud. Later.
Honey, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know.
Get caught up in the excitement. Buffalo Wild Wings. More wings, more beer, more sports.
Hey, who's this?
It's been over 90 years since my grandfather entered the Chevrolet business. Steve and I are proud of our son Ryan and our son-in-law Andrew, who now make the 4th generation. The tradition continues with our dedication to excellence and customer satisfaction. Thank you, Kentuckiana, for making us your #1 Chevrolet dealer. We would like to introduce you to the all-new Bachman Chevrolet.
How do you say it?
Bear nose.
Bear nose?
Beer nose.
Berno's? No matter how you say it, Berno's has been serving up Louisville-style pizza since 1977 from 13 area locations.
Bear nose. Bear nose.
Hi, I'm Brian Cannell, and I'd like to invite you to Tim French Superstore's newest location in E-Town. We're right on the corner of Dixie Highway and Freeman Lake Park. We're blowing out cars, even the Cards fans and Cats fans. Go Louisville! Go Cats! And now back to the Red and Blue Review.
Hey, everybody's got a little red, a little blue in them. Welcome back to the show, Gupper and the Gang. We are coming to you from Tim French Superstores, 3 locations. We'll talk about that a little bit more coming up later on in the show. Last week on the show, we gave you a chance to win $1,000. Let's find out now who's the winner from Primex True Home Value.
Hi, I'm George Jenkins, the president of Primex True Home Value, and we're happy to announce that Augustin Wharton of Louisville, Kentucky won our $1,000 gift card. We invite you to go to thv.com to enter our big sweepstakes. Some lucky homeowner is going to win $25,000, $10,000 in cash, $15,000 in home improvements. You got to go there today. That's thv.com. Back to you, Gary.
Thank you, George. And that's the image of Daryl when they announced that recruiting class. And that's how you'll look if you win that $25,000. You can sign up. Go to thv.com. All right, let's jump into it. Time for our Game Time storylines. Cal says one of the things he wants his team to experience this year, even without the national championship of last year, is joy.
My concern, though, are these players. I want them to have the great joy that my other teams have had late in the year. And the joy of, I'm not about me and how I feel. If I feel sad, it isn't about you and how you feel. It's about how you are to your teammates. When you think of Anthony Davis and Michael Kidd, you're talking about kids that only cared about their teammates, did what they had to do for themselves, but it wasn't. They played for their team. The joy you get from that, the joy you get from coming together and doing something unique and special, I want this team to feel that joy. And that's why I get frustrated at times. 17 turnovers, didn't impress. I mean, come on, we work on this same stuff every day. Get tougher. Get stronger with the ball. Do the things you do well.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because that's so much of it is taking longer because there's no senior around to really do it. They're getting better. You notice Julius Mays at A&M really pulled that team together and showed them how, and then let them make a scoring again. So he's finally figuring out his role. And he even admitted it took him a while. He was really uncomfortable. You know, he's used to having the ball in his hands all the time, so it took him a while to adjust. The freshman, nobody to look up to because Julius wasn't comfortable in asserting himself. They're getting there. It's just taking so long because there was nobody in place to do that. Last year's freshman, they had Darius Miller. Darius, the senior, the ultimate sacrifice. I'm not even starting, and I'm happy. So, and you had that to go by. They didn't have that, but they're getting there.
Yeah, Julius may be the surprise player on this team that is a lot more important than probably we would have thought.
Sure
well, of all the players that Louisville signed in their brand new recruiting class, the one who's most likely to get on the field fastest is aptly named Quick.
You know, early playing time, you know, the coaching staff is great. You know, the players are good guys to be around. You know, they're going to produce. And as far as, you know, being a young team, I still have a couple of years with those guys that are there now. I can see myself fitting in, you know, real well with their offense because, you know, I have some speed and, you know, I could stretch the defense as well as with Devontae and Eli and those other guys.
That's the thing that just makes Louisville fans extremely happy. When you've got Devontae Parker from Ballard High School and James Quick from Trinity High School on either side of the field, that is a dangerous combination. Two of the best wide receivers this community has ever produced have come out in the last 3 years, and it's those two guys. And then you add in Eli Rogers and Michael Lee Harris and Damian Copeland and Gerald Christian, who most people haven't even seen yet, the transfer from Florida. I mean, that wide receiver core is good. Really good.
The Red and Blue Review coming to you from Tim French Superstores, 3 locations. And not only do you see this really cool reader board that gives you some of the deals, but I'm telling you what, if you're looking for a truck right now, I would come fast because as you can see in this shot, they have some of the coolest looking trucks I've seen. And guys, I'm in the market for a truck.
Oh, yeah?
I may be driving out in something else tonight. Hey, when we come back, we're going to tell you how a basketball icon got involved here at Tim French Superstores. As we go to the break, Howie's going to tell us about CardinalSports.com.
Absolutely. CardinalSports.com is your best source for all your signing day news. We filed, I believe it was 20 stories that day. And, you know, check it out after games. CardinalSports.com.
How do you say it?
Bear nose.
Bear nose?
Beer nose.
Burnos? No matter how you say it, Bearnos has been serving up Louisville-style pizza since 1977 from 13 area locations.
Bear nose. Bear nose.
Did you know that 2/3 of all truck-related crashes are actually caused by cars? Large trucks carry heavy loads and need more room to stop than cars. Merging without leaving enough space between you and a truck could cost you a ticket, or something much worse, your life. Law enforcement will be out on the road writing tickets to make sure both truck and car drivers stay safe. Before merging, be sure you can see both of the truck's headlights in your rear-view mirror to ensure proper braking room. This message brought to you by the KSP Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah! That just happened!
Yes, it did.
Yes, 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 yes! We did it! Yes, we did! Yeah, we did it! See you, bud.
Later.
Honey, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know.
Get caught up in the excitement. Buffalo Wild Wings. More wings, more beer, more sports.
Hey, who's this?
It's been over 90 years since my grandfather entered the Chevrolet business. Steve and I are proud of our son Ryan and our son-in-law Andrew, who now make the 4th generation. The tradition continues with our dedication to excellence and customer satisfaction. Thank you, Kentuckiana, for making us your #1 Chevrolet dealer. We would like to introduce you to the all-new Bachman Chevrolet.
How do you say it?
Bearnose.
Bearnose?
Bearnose.
Bearnose? No matter how you say it, Bearnose has been serving up Louisville-style pizza since 1977 from 13 area locations.
Bearnose. Bearnose.
Welcome back to the Red and Blue Review, our home this week, Tim French Superstores. He's got 3 locations and a whole lot of talented people surrounding him here. We're going to do a little survey here, Tim, with your employees. How many Kentucky fans do we have? Let me hear from you.
Kids!
Louisville!
Oh, come on.
Not too many. All right, what other schools? We got fans.
Duke.
Duke?
Duke. Ooh. Alabama. Tar Heels.
And one more.
Slippery Rock.
Slippery Rock.
I like it. There we go.
Hey, Tim, let me ask you how you got involved with one of Kentucky's most iconic basketball players, Kenny Walker.
Kentucky Sports History. It's a literacy program where you put the big blue books in the schools to promote literacy. Kenny does such a great job promoting everything. He's such a terrible guy. So, and we became really good friends doing that.
Now, tell me about why you've been successful in this business, Tim. You've been doing this for 30 years. Why have you had the success you've had?
We take care of the customer, and we don't want to sell you just one car. We want to sell you cars for life for your whole family. That's why we want to keep you coming back and take care of you, because we're an independent dealer. We don't sell just one brand of cars. We just sell everything.
And tell me how you take care of the folks who are taking care of our country down in Fort Knox, our soldiers and their folks.
We have a special place in our heart for the military. We're also a snack dealer and a miles dealer, so we have special financing programs for them, and we have special discounts for the military.
Well, you can come see us out here at Tim French Superstores, 3 locations. The one in E-Town, getting a brand new building, getting some renovations going on there, already selling cars there, ready to go. And if you want to view their inventory, and I've got my own, a couple of trucks out there, Tim, go to 351auto.com. Got everything listed there, right?
We do.
All right, come see us. See you next time on the Red and Blue Review. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.